we know who that is.
Know who that is?
We know who that is.
Hold on, is it live now? Hold on, did I really have to hit go live? Hold on.
Oh, now I just got the notification now, so now we're live.
But hear me out now. I'm streaming to the service, but on their page, I had to hit go live on the actual studio, YouTube Studios.
Live. Oh, there we are. Okay, so I guess we got to redo.
Yeah, we can redo that. No fake voices this time.
Right, no fake voices. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to episode 7 of the Elite Casual Podcast.
Trash.
I am one of the hosts, Marz, and I'm joined with you today with our other two hosts, Tesmo, Gizmo, and Tack. How y'all doing today, brother?
Oh my gosh.
I'm doing good, bro. I'm not for that.
I apologize on behalf of everybody listening that you had to experience that traumatizing moment.
That you guys everybody probably felt serenaded with that beautiful voice of mine. It sounds like an intense, nice, soothing voice.
The lies you tell. The lies you
tell. Before we even get started, Tack was talking about this new mobile game that came out about a week ago. It's called Ooh La La. It's an idle game, right?
I wasn't talking about. Did you put that on me?
It's an idle. It's an idle game, and for those of you who don't know, like idle games are actually becoming really popular. There's a lot of them that are actually becoming really popular. And if you don't know what an idle game is for mobile, it's one of those games where you just sit on your phone. It just sits. Like it plays when you're not even playing it. Like right now, my game is off and it's still playing. It's still leveling me up. It's still going through the questing and everything. Then when I turn it on, all I got to do is sit there, collect all the stuff that I gathered, equip my character with all the gear, and turn it back off. So idle games, like I'm a fan of idle games if they're done right. And this game, Ooh La La, so far, I've been playing it all day. I'm enjoying it. I think it's done right. It has a lot of things. It focuses heavy on multiplayer. All these other idle games don't really mess with multiplayer. Yeah, because you have to have the different class builds, and there's like a class system. There's a pet system. The game really opens up when you hit level 20. So and it'll take probably like a day and a half for the non-gamer really that just sit there and play it. I had mine legit on from like 10 o'clock this morning until right before we started this podcast. And I'm still not level 20. I'm a level away from level 20. But yeah, it's called Ooh La La.
Yeah, this is basically all you do. You
just
literally
sit there and watch it do its thing.
Just sit here and watch it do its own thing. This is for people that don't want to put any effort into any games for the most part.
I mean,
it's an audience for everybody, bro.
Exactly. And that's understandable. But personally, I prefer to have some interaction instead of just leaving it there and it's like, oh, okay. I don't get any enjoyment or any achievement that I've done something.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you've watched.
Yeah, I can also watch an anime do the same thing.
You watch. You're right. It definitely isn't for the hardcore mobile game players. I always stayed away from them. For the most part, because like I said, I'm the same way, Tech. But then I started playing this one, and I'm low-key addicted. Like I ain't gonna lie, I've only played it for a day. We'll see how long this addiction lasts. But
doesn't he say that about every like, man, I'm addicted. I'm in this one. I'm playing this one. And he's like, yeah. So this other game came out, but what happened to I was addicted? It's like
mobile games have to be perfect for me to play it longer than 2 to 3 weeks.
What mobile game is perfect?
What mobile games? If you say Epic 7,
Final Fantasy Brave Exvius.
That game, and you're absolutely right. That when that game first came out, that game was perfect. I played that for like 4 to 5 months straight, hardcore every day. Saint Seiya is not. It has to be a main game, right?
Yeah.
Like so for me, how I play. Look, I'm breaking down how I play mobile games. Okay. Oh, so I have like 3 or 4 mobile games.
Can we put in a segment? Ours is mobile, like cue a segment and just scroll across like a lab coat.
So I play one main game, and then I play like 2 or 3 like side chick games, right? So these side chick games, like, so my main game right now is Fist of the North Star. Like, I'm putting all my time and effort into that. So then once I use up all my stamina in Fist of the North Star, I hop over to Pokemon Masters and I grind up, probably raise the Pokemon level 100. Then I get off that. And then I hop to Saint Seiya. And I'm mad because Saint Seiya, it can't be a side chick. She's asking for too much, okay? She's asking to be a main chick. She has all these, because she has all these things that you can do. It has a lot of content in the game, which is good, which is really good. There's a lot of content in the game for a game just coming out on a mobile game. And so like Pokemon Masters, there's not a lot of content. So I could just easily put that up, put that down, and keep going with something else.
Yeah.
But Saint Seiya has a lot of content, and I just put all this time in the Fist of the North Star. And now I'm not about to put all this time into Saint Seiya at the same time.
Nobody told you to put all that time in the Fist of the North Star. I mean,
Fist of the North Star is...
You can juggle games.
Remember how I just said a game has to be perfect for me to be playing for a long time? Fist of the North Star came out correct with everything that mobile games should have when it first comes out. Nothing that... Like, because we're in the era now where everybody's played a gacha game on their phone. Everybody understands the concept of the gacha game. So there's no need for a game to come out with half the stuff that is going to be in the game later on. Bring everything into the game off rip. And that's what that's what Fist of the North Star did. They was like, all right, we're not going to sit here and baby you because all you guys have probably played gacha games before. So we're just going to, here's the format, here's the game, and play. And that's why I like Fist of the North Star.
Saint Seiya is the one that you linked, Tez, isn't it?
Yeah.
And Saint Seiya is a really good game as well, but like I said, it's not my main squeeze right now. So I'm not putting as much time as I want to in the game.
Gotcha.
But yeah, if I recommend, I would recommend either Fist of the North Star or Saint Seiya right now for a main game.
I'll recommend Final Fantasy Brave Exvius.
My shameless mobile game plugs, I guess I would say Saint Seiya for one. I mess with a lot of Japanese mobile games, so like they actually have a Pokemon Go version of Dragon Quest that I've been playing. Fire. That and Digimon Re-Rise, if you can stomach just clicking and kind of knowing the base of the Japanese game.
Like, I'm waiting for that one, man. That one, like,
I just don't like.
I just don't like. I'm waiting for them to translate it, man. Like,
Brave Exvius and Epic 7. Those are the only two you need in your life.
Are you started playing Brave Exvius again?
Yeah, man. It's actually really, they've put a lot in the game.
I'm afraid to go back to it because I know that game, like I said, that game took over I put money in that game.
Slay the Spires, that game with the cards, right? Kind of like it's roguelike, but with the cards. There is a mobile game similar to that I play called Dungeon Tales. It's kind of timed depending on how far you can get through, because at some points it just randomly cuts out and shoots you back to the beginning. But it's really it's time consuming. Like, I've literally spent days at work just like, all right, what combo can I come up with this time around? Like, what, just trying to build decks out the right way to see how far I can get into the game before it like jumps me back to the beginning. And they just did a recent update to where they're adding another difficulty, but with a different type of class warrior you can play with. It's supposed to make it a little bit more complicated, which would be a spellcaster coming whenever that update comes. So I just thought I might plug that if anybody wants to check it out. Dungeon Tales, it's not bad, not bad.
What's the one I know you guys have been seeing commercials for it. On YouTube videos, like everybody's promoting it right now. It's like Raid something or
Raid. It's called Raid.
Is it Raid?
Yeah, it's called Raid. Man, look, that game is strictly for normies. Like,
what's a normie though? What's a normie?
Is somebody who doesn't really play like video games or mobile games like that. Somebody like Tez. I don't know. Somebody that that will come to you that doesn't play any video games and be like, oh, have you ever heard of this game Raid on mobile? That person, whoever will come into your life, no, that doesn't even play mobile games. Don't play any games at all, but they'll come to you. This person like, oh, they don't play any games, but they'll come to you like, oh, have you heard of this game called Raid on mobile? That's the person who that game is made for. I don't like it. It's bringing in a lot of money. They're sponsoring a lot of gaming YouTubers to promote their game, but I played it for about a day and I was like, oh, this isn't for me. I'm a hardcorer. I don't like it, man. Yeah, hardcore. I like the commercials and I like the advertisements. Like, I like the how they bring in the characters and interview them and tell them they gotta let them go and gotta sacrifice them and stuff. That's pretty cool.
See, up here in Canada, I don't see them. I see a lot of these. No shade at the game, but it's not. It looks like one of those games like, oh, the trailers upsells it to be something, and then you download it. It's probably like first generation Android gaming graphics. I'm like, don't do this. But it's like some weird civilization like game. Oh, I can take this guy and give him this skill, and he becomes a level 2. And I'm like, please stop showing me these commercials. I don't want this game. I don't want it. It looks so poo. And I know you love your product, but it just is not for me. It's not for me.
Yep. I got a couple of AFK games, idle games. There's AFK Arena, AFK Cats.
I got Beastie Bay. Like that's one of my AFK games. It's kind of interactive, but like you can still AFK and let it do its own thing once you set your.
I got too many games.
Beastie Bay, the same people that made Game Dev Tycoon and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, I know what game that is. Bay. A new mobile game. I don't even know why we're talking about mobile games.
Because you started it.
You started it.
You're right. Because I love mobile games. Topics, I love mobile games. I love mobile games. But one mobile game that's coming out soon is called Rush Wars. It's by Supercell, the people who made Clash of Clans, Clash Royale, Boom Beach, and everything like them. They're coming out with a new game. Apparently, because it's out in beta. I think it's out in Canada actually too. People saying it's pretty good, and their games always like do well because they always implement something new into the gaming world that a lot of other games start to bite off of and things. Because Clash of Clans was the first of its kind, and then now you see all these clones of Clash of Clans, and the Clash Royale. I think there was another game before Clash Royale that was similar, but Clash Royale like perfected that like time-based throwing the cards out, throwing your minions out and everything. And then after that, you see all these other games surrounded just like that. So Supercell is actually a really good mobile game company that supports mobile games.
Everybody wants to do it.
Yeah. So look, all right. One topic I just want to dive right into the physical or digital copies. Right? Y'all care? We just jump right into that.
Segueing us into it, or
whichever order you want to go in. The topics are the topics.
Yeah, So I want to talk about this physical and digital copy stuff because I've been seeing a lot of people debating over this these last couple of days for some strange reason. I don't know why, but there's this one YouTuber. His name is Player Essence. He's a real cool guy. We have a lot in common and all this crazy stuff, but where I disagree with him is the physical and digital copies of games. And he went on a whole rant talking about how digital copies, digital games are not the future, and he doesn't like them, and physical copies should be the only way, and blah blah blah, and this and the third and stuff. And I'm telling you right now, I didn't get mad, but I was just like, yo. Because he was talking about all the streaming services, game Xbox Game Pass, the PS Plus, and all the services and everything. So my argument is, right, I understand people like the physical copies of these games and all that stuff. You want to hold the copy. If it's a collector's edition, we're not talking about collector's editions, right? Because everybody has a game that they might want to go buy a collector's edition for instead of a digital copy. But my thing is, I pay $15 for Xbox Game Pass. I pay $10 for PS Plus or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, for all the streaming services and all the digital download game passes that I have, I pay maybe like $40 a month for all these services.
Yeah.
I think, and you get all these games, brand new games, a whole library of old games that are like not even exclusive games for $40 a month. And all I gotta do is download the game. How do y'all feel about digital and physical copy?
Zach, you want to go first?
Go ahead, Jess.
I personally like digital copies, and this is just replay value. As soon as you said that, I'm like, it allows me to keep playing some of my favorite games. Every new console, when they come out with a new one, either the type of, over the last 4 generations, the discs have all changed. So there wasn't any true replay value except for like Xbox, the 360 and the one that came after that. But then that was like way later when allow the actual function to be patched into the game. But PS1, you could play PS2 games. You play PS1 games on the PS2, but then after that, not so much. And then that's when they started, putting stuff digitally there because people still love these games. They still want to be played. Now, whether they get remade into anything else or a new expansion into the franchise comes along, I just think that the replay factor for me is what always sold me about having digital copies and less clutter. Like growing up, I can't tell you, I had shoe boxes full of games because at some point I just ran out of space where I had them all sitting like, it's just taking up space. It's just taking up space. But then at the same time, it's still taking up space, but it's not physical space. It's digital space. It's, it's just memory. It's storage. But again, that's different from buying the collector's edition because everybody wants something out of collector's edition. But
right. Yeah.
I would feel much better about knowing that I can go find this game online than having to hunt around for a physical copy of it just to play it on the original console if I still had a working version of it. Or you could just be that guy who wants the physical version because they'll just re-release your complete console you wanted on with maybe all those games and then some because they've done it already. That's just my take on it.
Right.
You ready for this?
I'm ready for this.
So, the only reason why you get a physical copy is for nostalgia, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if there's a game that you played when you were a little kid, you're like, oh, I love this game. And you don't want to worry about buying the digital copy. You go out and buy the physical copy so you can hang on to it and maybe show your kids down the road. It's like, hey, this is a game I loved. Let me share it with you. Blah, blah, blah.
Right.
Digital is going to be the way to go going forward. There's no way around it. There's no getting around it unless you're just going to be stubborn and not go with the flow. Don't get me wrong. There are going to be some people that'll have their collection library sitting,
of course,
like
and it's
that.
beautiful.
And and it's understandable. But with digital, you just have so much more freedom and a back catalog, like you guys were saying, of things to choose from.
That was one of my points. Go ahead. No, go ahead.
No, go. It's to choose from, and it's just so much easier instead of paying. And here's another thing: instead of paying, your $50 to $60 a game, like you were saying, Marz, you can just do a subscription because a lot of these services are just going subscription. Like, hey, you just give us a monthly payment. You can play all the games that we developed, and then also get the new ones that are coming out.
Yep.
So it makes things a lot easier now to still play those games that you were nostalgic about. However, I do see the appeal for collecting those nostalgic games because you can, if they want to sell them down the road, they're worth money or whatever, because you can't really sell a digital game.
Nope.
No, you can't. And that's the thing. And, that was his argument, too. He was like, what if I wanted to give the game to somebody or something like that? And I was just like, I mean, I know some of these streaming services, or I'll keep saying streaming, some of these gaming services or whatever, they have like you can gift games to people and stuff. I know Steam has that, Xbox has that, where you could just gift the game. And one of my other points was like, it's like, yo, all right, yeah, I have a physical collection, but if I want to go and like just take my Switch somewhere, I'm able to bring my whole collection with me.
Right.
Totally, right. I could play any game that I have in my collection anywhere because I have my Switch with me and all my games digital. But if you don't have your digital games, you legit have to pick and choose which games like you want to bring. All right, maybe I want to bring this. You're not gonna walk around and bring your whole goddamn video game collection in a bag because for one, you're gonna get robbed because I'll rob you. Mm-hmm. And two, like you just not gonna do
say that, by the way.
I've seen back in the day, like when the PlayStation 3 came out and they had them PS3 bags that fit all your stuff for your games. I've seen some nerds get their stuff bust and grabbed on the street and just take off. I'm like, you knew what you were doing when you walked out the house with that whole console and them games.
I think the last thing that comes with the physical copy is because it's tangible. I think when you have something that's tangible, you appreciate it a lot more than something that is gifted to you via Steam or something of that nature. Mm-hmm. So that way you end up it teaches you how to take care of your stuff, essentially. Right. Like when you're younger and pass it on to the younger generation. It's like, oh, my dad gave me this, it was really valuable to him. Let me take care of it.
Scratches back in the day, You be irked if you got a game you love and you get one scratch and then mess up at the one part of the game you can't get past. You be like, oh. You be like, get the alcohol, rub it. Like, like, let's see. Come on, play.
Don't even work.
No, it never worked. I don't know who started that put alcohol on the back of the
Urban Tales.
It never worked.
But yeah, I agree with Andre. Like in the beginning, I was like, "Oh no, I ain't never going digital." Like, who wants to download their games, man? And then I forgot. I don't even know what it was on Xbox though. Xbox One. I started downloading. I downloaded like maybe 2 or 3 games, and this is when I tell you I have crossed over, and I was ashamed. When I realized that I didn't have to get up to switch between games, boy, I told you, man, all I gotta do is sit there, press the button, close out this game, and open up a new game. I was in heaven. I was sold from that point on. And now I'm like digital. Everything digital, man.
Or that option.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, my apologies. That option where you could set your home point on somebody else's console.
Yeah.
And then download your game and then go to your friend's house and then load up your profile and start playing.
Yeah, man. And the thing for me was just not having to wait in line. I forget what game it was, but one time it was fourth quarter game came out. I want to say it's a Pokemon game. Could have been Pokemon. I waited outside in the cold around a store for like 2 wrap lines. Not a just single wrap line. This thing was wrapped around twice, and I'm in like the butt of the second line. I'm like, oh no, dog.
I'm too old for that now.
Midnight ain't it.
Man. I ain't going out no midnight releases.
My cousins used to do that for tennis shoes back in the day. Sneakerheads be doing. I'm like, bro, why are you waiting in line for some shoes?
iPhones.
I don't understand it. Electronics, it makes sense sometimes. Sometimes, not all the time. Sometimes.
Everything gonna be sold out regardless, man. They're gonna be sold out regardless. But yeah, that's just like since we're on that topic of midnight releases and things. It's not on the topics, but what do y'all think about the GameStop stuff? Like they closed a lot of stores and then now they're doing a whole bunch of redesigns.
Honestly, from a person that worked at GameStop, they just need to just go digital. Like they've been declining year over year with midnight releases and pre-orders and things of that nature because nobody wants to go out there. Like, especially if it's a GameStop in a bad location, nobody wants to go out there and experience getting robbed or something like that. It's like,
that was my biggest thing. Like, I pay $60 for a game, and you telling me I only get like $3 or $4 for it. Granted, it depends on the game and how long it's been out. I understand the value
and what they have in their catalog,
right? But like, even some games, like you would think you would get more than like $10 for like, I think the minimum for a AAA game that's only been out for like a couple of months, you should still get like at least half or like $20 to $25.
40 to 45%. I could say that'd be fair. But then like you cut me with like 25 to 30, I'd be like, bro, come on.
It's because everybody beats it. Like I'm telling you right now, this is what happens. They get the game, they beat it, and then they try to return it, which causes the back catalog, which ends up driving the price down for the trade-in. That's essentially how it works. So if you bring a game that they don't have in stock, they give you more money for it. So that's how the whole trade-in thing works. So if you bring in a game like, let's say, for instance, Batman, that's been critically acclaimed and everybody loves it, they beat it and they bring it back, and they're sitting there with 30 copies of Batman in stock, you're not going to get as much as you for a game like, let's say, Shovel Knight or something like that maybe only has two in stock or on the shelves or whatever.
But I know this is crazy to say, but I was one of those people who would go and recycle like $30. So I would go buy a $30 used game, beat it within the 2 weeks, return it, get my $30 back in store credit, buy another game with that $30. And beat it.
I was the one that be recommended. Hey, you know what you can do? Just go get that, bring it back. Because
I remember when the dude told me that, and I was like, so I could just use this same $30 and keep running with it. Okay,
essentially, it's just like a rental.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was. So I definitely did that. I was one of those people. But for the new design, man, I'm feeling it, yo. I would go to GameStop more. I guess a one around my area, if they do that, like, make it more of a like game shop instead of a GameStop. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, all the games, the old school games, and a real chill place to be at. I would actually stop in my GameStop and go and, you know, play some old school games, run a couple of fades and a couple of games or whatever the case may be.
I don't, honestly, in my opinion, I don't think that's going to happen because I feel like a lot of the people that are running the GameStops don't have a good touch with the people that are going and or that are working there. To provide them that information. They are basically looking at the numbers and trying to appease the shareholders, essentially. Mm-hmm. So that's why they've always, that recently, I would say over the past 5 years, they've been doing so bad with everything is because they don't know.
They're not
listening, which applies to a lot of places. If you don't listen, you're not going to do well. Right. So I hear you. Trust me, I hear you, Marz, and that'd be amazing if they did that. But I highly doubt they go that way. If anything, they probably go out of business before that even happens.
Shoot, man, because like if they hold like even like Smash tournaments, Call of Duty tournaments, and stuff like that, and even they had like they said they was gonna do like D&D games nights and stuff, and have Magic card tournaments and stuff there. Like,
see, I would for the Magic.
That's what I'm saying. So, because I y'all know, a couple of months ago, I was going to a card shop with a whole bunch of sweaties and stuff, and I honestly
don't bash them, Marz, because you were sweaty too. Don't bash them people.
I was. It's been 5 months. All right.
You sound like you just got out of rehab or something.
I'm a 5 month sweat free.
Like, but while I was there sweating, I enjoyed it, man. Like, it was a good environment because, you know, you're surrounded by all these nerds and geeks, and, you know, it's like a legit, it's like a sports bar for nerds, right?
Mm-hmm. Like a safe haven. I feel you.
Right, like, you know, you go to a sports bar and everybody's talking about the games and all the different things going on in the world, and then you go to these car places, it's just like, oh, yo, you see the latest episode of Dr. Stone and all this stuff. You just felt like comfortable in your own skin, and I think GameStop could like Tech said, if they actually listened, they can do that really well, and I think they would actually thrive as a good store by doing that, rather than just trying to sell games. And then they just sell their games digitally. They could even try to, I don't know what, they probably have to get licenses and stuff. I was about to say, they could probably even try to do a streaming service.
They would have to work out the contract with how much they take from the publisher. Because if they went to a streaming service, nobody's gonna.
And see, that's what I was gonna like when you were saying earlier. I was like, they could probably go the way of GameFly, how their setup used to be, but a slightly bit different because things are different now with it being digital. I was like, but I could see them potentially having some type of online service or in-store service to where you kind of like rent a key that has like a weird expiration date on it, or you just pay monthly to access their Parsec, like you can access their service to play games or whatever it's however it's set up.
Here's the thing, though. What's the point of you doing that with GameStop where you can just do it from the actual service itself and get more games? You see what I'm saying?
I get what I'm saying. That's just the idea I had in my head. I was like, if they tried this, maybe
right,
but cut it at a cheaper price than everybody else was, running, and then found a way to make it profitable. But
that's the hole they put themselves in with doing the whole trading in. They can't go digital because if they went digital, there would be no point in going to GameStop digitally because you could just go to the developer themselves and use their subscription model to get more bang for your buck.
And I'm already a goddamn pro member at GameStop, and I don't even know when the last time I even went to this goddamn shit. Wasting all this money. Andre said he's like, it could be like on demand, like with movies, but like with games.
Isn't there somebody trying to do a service like that? Like
I don't know. So what you're saying is like it will only be like this game is only going to be on the store for a couple of days or weeks or whatever. I would guess it would have to go monthly because you can't put a game on a store for a couple of days because the fuck nobody gonna beat the shit.
They would have to buy exclusivity rights for that game specifically, which I don't think. I don't think they're trying to do, and I don't think a company's going to let them because they already gashed the company for a good percentage of the sales.
Yeah, they
providing them copies to sell through their stores. So,
yep. So I think the next 5 years, GameStop is going to be obsolete. It's gonna be like Hollywood Videos, gonna be like EB Games,
Circuit
it's gonna be
City.
it's just
Bro,
gonna be.
I used to love Circuit City, and the only reason is because like the game area in Circuit City, they would always have the cheaper price than everybody else was selling it. I'm like, why would I go here when I could just go to Circuit City and buy video games?
Yeah, nah, yeah. So GameStop, man, look, and I do think this would save a lot of GameStops in like major cities. This new redesign and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I think that will be it for GameStop. You know what I'm saying? Like there wouldn't be as many as you see now. For me, now it's like every 5 minutes, it's like, yo, there's a GameStop, there's a GameStop, and they keep closing all these stores. But surprisingly, none of the stores around me have gotten closed.
There's only three on my island. One in each of the major malls, so there's only 2, and then there's like 1 in a remote spot. So like there might be some other ones further up island, but I guarantee they'll be the ones getting closed down because the 3 down here are like the only big major ones. Like they renovated one inside the mall doing exactly what you're talking about, Marz. So like that's the really big one I saw. It's been under construction for like months now. The one that's outside of one of our locations that's kind of like it's a 2-level store, which is weird. I've never seen a GameStop with 2 levels. It's under renovation, and then the third one, it's still pending renovation, so they haven't started yet. But I feel like the ones further up island will probably just be shut down before you know it.
Yep, GameStop is end of an era. But yeah, nah, that's cool. You wanna run that commercial? So we're gonna get into the next topic.
We'll be right back. We're just gonna switch into brief commercial break. Y'all get you something to drink, get up, stretch your feet, do your thing. We'll be right back.
Where's the other one? Huh? Where's the little hoe? Where's the girl with the blue hair? I know y'all hear me. Where the fuck y'all at? These? Huh? Huh? Shut your head up, you stupid motherfucker. You hacking ass bitch. Your mama's a hoe. Your mama's a hoe. Your mama's a hoe. Your mama's a hoe. Your mama's a fucking hoe. She's ugly.
Okay, 16. Okay, 7. Oh, Tiger. 17 let me down. 17 let me down. Let your boy let me spark up on you for the one time, bro. I don't give a damn about none of this. I'm coming in with all the full force. I'm button mashing like my life depends on it. That's all I wanted. Yo, let me go. 17, 16, let me go. Fuck out of here, bro. Yo, is this life? Is this even life?
Which one? Let me see what this does.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Oh shit. Am I actually gonna blow up?
Come on now, dog. Come on, man.
I'm dead. What the f?
How you guys doing? You guys get there okay?
Yeah, we're doing fine.
He jumped out.
No. Where?
Oh no!
Perfect moment just to say hello.
Mickey!
Look at that. 4 points.
What?
Oh, wait, that's 3 points. I gotta make one more. Game out of reach. I missed. Curry, please. Curry, please. Do not give it to Curry. Don't let him give it to Curry. Nope. You out your mind, Corey. Look at Coach, yo. You see Coach's face? He like, God dang it. I know this boy did not.
See y'all on the next video, right? Alright. Peace. Alright. Fade black. Fade black.
No.
Your mama's a hoe. 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 Your mom's a hoe. Your mom's a hoe. Your mom's a hoe. Your mom's a hoe. This motherfucking bitch. I hate him. I hate him.
All right, y'all, and we are back, man. Thank y'all for checking out that commercial. So
yeah. So Maverick was like, Google is doing that thing. Yeah, Google. I'm going to touch on that real quick. Google Stadia. I was excited about it when I first heard about it, and even a little bit after some time went by, I was like, oh, this is gonna be good. But then when more information starts to come out about some things, and you start to really think about what they're offering and what they're trying to do, good luck. Okay, like
that's all he says.
that's it. Like I hope it works because it's a great concept. I like the idea, and I think it will be, if it's successful and if it could stream games real, legit with no latency as they're talking about. But apparently to do that, you're going to have like the goddamn best internet in the world.
Fiber boys.
Do that. So it's just like, I think my internet's good, but I don't think it's good enough. So I think I will experience some lag or some latency issues with it. So I hope, like I said, I hope it works out. I hope they can make it better for the mass majority to use instead of just the exclusive people that have high-end internet to be able to use it. Like I said, it's exactly what we were talking about. Games on demand, Yeah.
But for every new gimmick, there is an audience. So there had to be some testing phase, some form of analytical development or, thinking pod of people who said, hey, this might not be bad. And we have the numbers to prove that there are some people in the world who would buy this service.
Oh, no, people are going to buy it 100%. And like I said, I just don't think it's going to do well once it's bought. Mm-hmm. That's what I think. A lot of people are going to have a lot of problems with the internet, connection issues and things like that. I think that's going to be the biggest problem. Yeah, like I said, I almost have bought the whole package for first the pre-order where you get to reserve your name, you get the controller and all that stuff. I almost did it until I had to sit down and think like, yo, this shit got to be trash, and I'm about to waste this money because I ain't never going to use it.
Just because you don't mean Millie won't use it someday though. You just be like, here you go.
By the time Millie start playing video games, man, goddamn,
she's gonna be outdated. She's gonna be VR, like full suit VR and stuff like that. Yeah,
like get this crap away. Who wants a controller? Bye. Like you don't even use flat screen TVs anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like
should be
holograms. We play video games on holograms. God damn it.
I ain't gonna hold you up. I hope I live long enough to see that someday. Whatever that Microsoft thing was they did with Minecraft, I want to see every game I love be able to be played like that.
I agree with you 100%. Like, except I don't want to stand up every time and like.
No. Let me sit down and beam it to the floor and have like a god's eye view of the video game, or some type of table, and I'm straight.
I agree. Because like they were supposed to do that with like Yu-Gi-Oh, like a card game. Like imagine you playing Magic and you put the card on the table and then the thing pops up and you actually see it and everything.
I still want a dual link. I want a live. Just give me this.
I don't need all that.
I need all
yeah, that's a little bit much. That's a little bit much.
I just want the Legacy of the Duelist, bro. I love Yu-Gi-Oh. It's still a good game.
Like I just want to see it's augmentation, right? That's what we're calling it. It's augmentation. I want to see a lot more of that. Like Pokemon Go started that with just mobile games in general, showed the world that mobile games or games can do that with your phone. So now there's even, right, I've seen a lot of things with augmentation now, right? They made books for little kids You have to put the phone in front of it and the character pops up on the phone out for the kid to see, and everything is cool as you're reading along. There's even I don't know which liquor it is, but there's a liquor bottle. If you go to the liquor store and you have the argument thing on your phone, you shine it on the bottle and like a dragon pops out of it, like that shit. I'm like, yo, the things that
Boy, I don't want no fancy dragon liquor.
I just say
dragon wine. Get up out of here, man.
It's a dope. It's argumentation is dope, man, and I love seeing that kind of stuff because that's gonna be the future, man. That's just a step forward to the possibilities that imagine somebody, I don't know, a great tech or like I don't know, like somebody from Tesla. What's his name?
Elon
Musk finds something to do with that shit, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. It could be real useful and real cool to see video games like that. Like I could be sitting here fucking playing the game, little figures running around on the desk. That would be so dope, man.
Bruh, but you would have to have like a single, like, see, that's my thing. I would rather have it be built into the house or a unit you can mount into the wall to hit a certain area.
It's just gonna be like, watch, some shit that go right over glasses or some type of glasses you put on, so wherever you're looking is projected onto the surface or whatever the case may be.
Then you get into the whole situation with, like, they talk about with cell phones now, like this neck. You just gonna have this type of neck the entire time.
That's not going anywhere anytime soon. It should probably get worse. Yeah, man. But yeah, that should. So they just might as well cap on it, man, while they can. Shit, I ain't going nowhere.
Well, speaking of games and capitalizing on games, regarding Nintendo news, man, it ain't really Nintendo, it's Game Freak news. With the Pokemon Sword information that came out with the knight himself, Sir Fetchington.
DK was right, man. I didn't believe him, but he was actually right. He was like, yo, they're coming out, because I had thought they were going to announce
that rapper energy into it, boy. He was believing he believed with every ounce of his being Sir Fetch was going to be real, and it came true.
Yeah, Sir Fetch, man. They announced him today. If you don't know who Sir Fetch is, it's the evolved form or Farfetched,
the Galarian form,
with that lettuce or celery, whatever it was. I don't know.
It's an onion. It's a leek.
Oh, that's a Japanese onion. Yeah, that's right. It's one of those things. And he walked around with that thing, man.
Swine.
Look, Farfetch is a useless Pokemon. I ain't never liked him
until Chopper back there stealing.
Some shit. But yeah, he look, I never liked Farfetch as a Pokemon, but now that he's in, like, now there's new forms in there and it's actually dope. I'm gonna have to give me a Farfetch.
Bruh.
So I didn't even know you had mentioned it earlier, right? So they're doing different Pokemon in different games.
Yeah, there's gonna be some version exclusives. In addition to, Sir Fetch is the first sword exclusive. In addition to, you get Hydreigon and Camo.
Those are the legendaries. Yeah, I know the legendaries are
pseudo legendaries.
Yeah.
But there'll be other version exclusives coming for Shield. Which ones we don't know yet, but I have a feeling that the new evolution that was if Sir Fetch was leaked, which it was leaked, if the leaks are correct, they do have a new evolution or a branch chain evolution coming for Arbok, and he'll become a poison dragon type, and I can see that being like a Shield exclusive because Weezing is in both games. So
yeah.
Oh man, I tell you, it just feels like Red and Blue just updated all over again. Would I be wrong for saying that?
Nah, man, no. It's honestly, I'm getting that vibe too. For some reason, I feel like Pokemon is getting like a rebirth with it coming to the Switch.
That's good, though.
Exclusive. No, you're 100% right. Like,
for the new generation, because 20 years ago, this was basically the same thing.
Same exact. People were hype about this. We got on the Pokemon wagon a little bit late. I'm not gonna lie. We used to walk around.
Who y'all, Connor boys?
Yeah.
Oh, because I was about to say that came around. I was on that Pokemon train as soon as it came out.
Because we didn't.
6 and I was on it.
We didn't. Well, I didn't know what it was. Just a little short story, real quick. I didn't know what it was. Our neighbor had it. We was playing this game. I was like, "What is this whack ass game? You walking around, jumping over like little cliffs and stuff." I didn't know. I didn't understand what it was at first.
Yeah.
So then, I would say like maybe a year later, I was like, oh, this is the game. We played this, blah, blah, blah. So then we got our own copy. And I played it. I was making my way downtown and everything. And Andre was like 4 years old, 5 years old at the time. And this man erased my whole game for his own save file because there weren't files. So when you start the game, they make you use the computer in the very beginning, and it saves automatically. So this he saved over my game, and I'll never forgive him. I'll never forgive him for that.
My introduction, I knew of the show because I watched the show as a kid.
Yeah.
I first played the actual game. I went to boys choir camp, and this little kid I sat next to on the bus.
Where'd you go?
Boys choir camp. Leave me alone, bro. I was a soprano. I was a soprano. And you can't tell now, but I was doing big things. But he was a shut up.
You doing big things, all right?
He was playing red version on the bus on the way there, and he played it seldomly throughout camp. Now I shit you not, somewhere along the way he lost the game and the console. I found that thing on the bus when I was getting up I was the last person off and went to sleep, and I was like, hey, where he at? They're like, oh, he went home. I was like, well, I ain't gonna see y'all for another 2 years. Well, it's mine today. And then that's how I got it. But I was like, you know what? This
you
ain't
stole it.
bad.
You said magically he lost it. Ted slipped that shit in his bag.
Quote unquote. Air quotes.
I will admit the only thing I ever took, because the company is closed, I took Pokemon Crystal from Blockbuster and put Mary-Kate and Ashley's Twin Mysteries, my sister's game, inside the case and returned it. And she got mad because she couldn't find her game. But I'm like, hey, where you get Pokemon from? I found it. That's as much as I'll admit to.
Goddamn thief. But nah, going back, man.
You gonna get that letter in the mail from Blockbuster. You gonna get that letter in the mail.
We hear
you owe us.
We remember.
Late fees.
How many years with late fees? For a 20-year late fee, man. God damn, yo.
Like, boy, y'all better go on. Y'all ain't got no business no more.
That man, yo, like no, Tag, you're right though. Like this, it is like a brand new game coming out, because now it's a whole new region with a lot of new Pokemon and a whole new little story going on. I'm excited for the multiplayer aspect. Doing a little raids with the people.
Oh, that's gonna be so fun, man.
Like I can't, because I don't know what kind of Pokemon I'm gonna have. I try to go for like themed Pokemon. Parties and stuff. So mostly I like dark Pokemon. So I might be doing something like that. But then it's just like when I battle people, it's just like, all right, if you have my one weakness, then you're gonna wipe my whole party. But
because Marz doesn't like variants.
I do, but
not.
I know, man. But I think I might try. I might get into like actual online battling. And see, and like actually try to give it a try.
Start doing IVs and stuff like that.
Yeah,
that stuff is complicated, but it's rewarding when you do get it. It's just time consuming because either breeding eggs and walking until they hatch, or however they plan on doing it. I was looking up some of the other leaks earlier. They did say, here's a funny thing. So Aerodactyl. So out of all the Pokemon, there'll only be 50 in the game. This is a leak, so it might still be not confirmed. There'll be 50 Pokemon, including the starters who can all Gigantamax and Ugify. But when it comes to Aerodactyl, Tyranitar, Charizard, and Hydreigon, they'll all have more of a Godzilla-like look from the monsters from Godzilla movies. They'll have that type of themed look and change when they actually transform, just as a little Easter egg inside the game. Because Tyranitar's Gigantamax does look like Godzilla.
Hold on. Because you just said my favorite out of the whole series. I thought they weren't putting the original like 250 or whatever in the new game. They
have a mix and mash of like certain particular ones. So like if you get Pokemon Shield, you get Larvitar and Gumi, who are the pseudo legendary dragons, and then Sword you get Jangmo and Hydreigon. But they also confirmed Spinarak may be in there, and some other they're pulling some of the just from every generation to make a new generation, but it's majority new and then a combination.
Yeah,
of
they got. Yeah, it's sprinkled. It's gonna be mainly new. Like I would say, like 50% new and like 25% or like other 50% is sprinkled from all the other generations. So we're gonna get a lot of mixtures.
But I thought they were nixing the whole thing because they wanted like brand new Pokemon, from my understanding, or did that change over time? Because that wasn't the first thing that they said. Wasn't the first thing they said, like after the first conference, they were like, we're not putting any of the previous Pokemon in this game?
Nah, that was the Pokedex. I think
the
you
national
probably
decks, like they
National
only wanted
Dex.
to keep it fresh at like
So
we said
so
when
with
we
that,
got was it generation
wait, hold on.
2?
Tech, do you know what the National Dex is? No, so all right, so the National Dex is
No.
a lot of people who haven't been to Pokemon in a long time haven't
Like I said, I stopped playing after Gold and Silver.
right. So what the National Dex is for people who still play Pokemon, they're able to bring all their like older Pokemon from the previous games into the new game.
Mm.
So they said, nah, we're not doing that. So a lot of people, everybody has to start over from scratch. So you can't bring your goddamn level 100 Charizard from fucking Red that you had all these years and bring him into the new game.
Okay, Marz, hold on.
Am I wrong? Am I wrong?
You're getting
confused. Is that not the
confused.
National Dex?
You're on the right path, but you're getting confused. So the National Dex basically is the entirety of all Pokemon in one Dex. Now, what Marz was hitting at was a part of the Pokebank system. So what it is, depending on the game's actual Pokedex, you can only import those Pokemon. If they aren't in the game, you can't. So you can, if you have a super IV trained up Chansey, let's just say Chansey. If Chansey's in this game, you can pluck your Chansey from whatever game she came from if you imported her to the new bank and put her in the game because she has a Dex entry. Now, Aerodactyl, by chance, if it didn't end up being in the game, you couldn't port it over. So the National Dex is literally 1 to 800, whatever the final number is. So that's what they don't want to do that anymore because it's too many. And not that it can't be done, it can be patched in later. Like what I was saying is they give you different updated patches that let you go catch the other Pokemon in a different region. Like, boom, okay, we unlock a new, you go to Johto. Let's catch everybody in Johto. You get to do all the Elite Form, blah, blah, blah there. But they didn't want to start the game off with, hey, 800 again. Well, this will make like 900 or however much, they put in. And then, boom, have fun and go catch. It does make the game long, but it makes it tedious as hell. But then everybody just ports everything they had over and boom. So you don't really get the full journey of the game anymore.
I mean, yeah, they have my boy Tyranitar in there, but I think I'll sit back and listen to you guys play it before I make a decision. Because like I said, I'm on the fence.
I like Dragon Pokemon and Pokemon. Or like the big Pokemon, but they take forever to level.
The pseudo legendaries, dude. They always take that long because they're heavy hitters when you finally get them.
I know, and that's why I want them. I think I'm gonna have to come out with a whole squad full of just goddamn dragons and
just roll one ice type and Marz is done.
It's fairy type this time around.
They changed it.
They have so many different types and stuff now, man. It's crazy.
See, this is the part I'm talking about. See, this is this is the previous generation. I'm just like, oh, okay.
They got a lot of Pokemon got dual types and stuff. It's like I don't know.
I mean, dual types were in Gold and Silver, but it's just
right. But they have like dual types, like how a fish Pokemon is weak against lightning.
Yeah.
So now they have a rock water type, so it's not weak against lightning. You can't. It's half rock,
you just
half
use grass,
water.
then, right?
No, because grass is not weak against water.
Grass is
it still is, Mark.
No, no, I'm saying it's the other way around then, because they bounce off of each other. So if you use grass, then he's not.
Grass would be super effective against that
grass
type.
Grass is super effective to his typing. So I get what you're saying. Like if he to balance out his electric weaknesses, they would give him ground, but that would still end up making him more susceptible to grass or pure grass types.
Listen. They cancel.
This is what I was talking about. The next generation. Just take me back to my old stuff. Give me Gold, Silver, Mewtwo, all that good stuff. Give me the good old days.
Like give me like a basic goddamn like flying fire. Like that's cool, right? Because the motherfucker flying, he got fire. Whatever. That's an easy dual type instead of fucking like steel and ice. And all these other new techniques and stuff. I don't know. It's going to be a lot to learn in this new
your
Pokemon.
brother said it. Grass would be 4 times as effective, where electric wouldn't have any effect at all. Well, it would still have some effect, Dre. It'd be like from it being like a true critical to
Wouldn't it
like
just be
less
a
than a
normal
critical.
attack?
Yeah, it
Wouldn't it
basically
just be a
it
normal
would do
attack?
normal damage. But
Yeah,
what I
that's
what I was gonna
trying to
say
get
was
at.
another potential leak or something that was leaked at in the information. So we all know Dugong originally was a ice type, in the first generation. He's supposed to have a Galarian form that becomes a steel ice type, but now he looks like a narwhal. How does a sea lion go? So like some of these be far fetched, but I'm like, how does he go to a narwhal? Come on, I gotta be corny sometimes. Damn.
I don't even know what a narwhal is.
It's a whale with a horn.
Hey,
Imagine
look,
whalers
man,
with a horn.
I
Which would make more
don't
sense.
listen. I don't even care. Like they could come out with all crazy looking type of Pokemon as long as they just do what they're supposed to do.
I'm gonna tell
Like
you who's gonna be GOAT.
after playing Pokemon Masters, I'm
Mhm.
telling you right now, Lycanroc, Olivia, the Olivia trainer, her Pokemon is a god. Like I am liking him a lot. His name is Lycanroc. I don't even know where he came from, what generation he's in.
Liking him a lot. Liking rock.
Bars.
Okay, bars.
God damn, man. So yeah, I'm excited.
But yeah,
for that.
I'll let you guys play that, and that'll determine whether or not I get it. Because I'm not even, when I heard it, I was just like, okay, because I mean it got out of control for me after Gold and Silver, so
yeah,
it's just like whatever.
I just couldn't stop playing, but I kind of the only one I was disappointed in was Sun and Moon, man. Like I was just not for it, and that's my thing too. Like I had a feeling, and it's the same way I had the same feeling I had with Final Fantasy 15. My gut tells me these games will be incomplete, but my fanboy heart still wants to buy them and play them. Though I know in my mind, and I've been proven right twice.
you talking
The
about
game's
Pokemon?
incomplete. Like with Pokemon Sun and Moon, and then with Final Fantasy 15, they were incomplete games because as soon a little bit after they had Ultra Sun and Moon, and then the completed extra stuff that started coming out for 15. I knew going in getting both those games at the time, this ain't even complete. So why did I'm just like I won't do it anymore to myself. But it's gonna be an interesting ride to see what
I think
what
I
happens.
think this Pokemon's gonna be complete because they
yeah.
they got a lot riding on this one. A lot of people, there's a lot of hype behind it. They've
I
been
love the mystery,
talking it up,
bro.
and I don't even think they didn't. That's what I was about to say. They didn't even tell us like half the stuff was in the game.
That.
So
I don't want to know. I mean, I'm cool for seeing stuff because
Like, I
the
think-
leaks are different.
I think that the last direct they had where they was talking about that camp system, I
Yeah.
honestly think that was like a troll, man. Like they put that in there on purpose so people like, oh well, they got some kind of content in there, but that's
Yeah.
not even the bread and butter of what they got playing.
I follow this Twitter page called Pokemon Sword and Shield Leaks. These people literally go through and like look and zoom in on some stuff. Like there's one scene in the game where you can see an observatory way off in the back of the screen. They've zoomed in so far and cleared out as much as they could of this to where you can make out what looks like to be some type of Pokemon in there. But they were like, what could it be? It looks like it could be a final form for Sobble. It looks like one of the final forms for Sobble that I dropped in our Discord. Plug if you haven't already. Follow us, join us. We want you there. We need you there. People.
Oh my God.
But it looks like it could be one of the evolutions for Sobble. So I mean, like, there's all kinds of stuff. Like, there's even a random guy who's seen. He looks like creepy Uncle Marz. Creepy.
Wait, hold on now.
You know what you look like is creepy Uncle Marz, but he has a Pokemon on the side of him, just some outline that no one can make out what it is. You can't tell what it is. Like they're trying to dissect as much information of this game as they can. But I love that Game Freak isn't giving us nothing. Like
I would think we will at least by this point have the starters. What they look like.
Everybody else thought. They've been basing this off of previous trends. Like they're starting to see that. People are starting to hit a lot of this on the head because like, oh yeah, well they should be dropping this around that time. They should be dropping this around that time. No, what we're gonna do is just keep teasing and giving you little bits of information until it's close. Like they literally have almost after this month, a month and a half.
Yeah.
Month and a half until it drops.
It comes out the end of November, I believe.
Oh, I thought it was like mid-November.
Yeah, I think it's at the end. Yeah, so that mean they got it's coming out, and honestly, y'all, I'm not even gonna lie, like it's coming out at the perfect time because I don't think there's any other games that are coming out. Like Pokemon's the last game of the year, I believe. That that's the AAA game. that's coming out. So I think it's a perfect time. So that's why I said I'm gonna put some time into it because I don't have anything else that I'm gonna want to play. And then I already know.
Yep. See, mid-November. I knew it was.
Oh, it is mid-November. Oh shit!
So like it's literally like once this month's said and gone, it'll just be literally a month and a half.
But yeah, people are forgetting one game that's coming out that a lot of people gonna be playing. Man, that's Fantasy Star. Like I know that's not coming out until January, but that's still a game that a lot of people are gonna be talking about and be playing. And you know, I'm gonna play my casual ways. I'm gonna play it. So what? And who knows? I might be like I said. I don't know. Well, Kakarot's coming out around that time.
Facts. Hold on, Marz. Before we jump to the next topic, can we just get a consensus, either a round of applause, a yay or nay? Are we proud, or do you feel it was underwhelming that Ash finally beat an elite league?
What are we?
Because we have it on the notes. I just want to like, do we all are we proud of Ash, or how are we feeling about this one?
Topic. We about to segue into that.
Oh, well, you started Fantasy Star, so I wasn't sure if we were just going to jump.
I'm talking about Fantasy Star because there's nothing else coming out. Nah, we were about to segue into Ash winning or not, or me winning. I mean, about time, right? Like, shit, it's been 22 years and he's finally won one. Like, I feel bad for Ash, right? Because it's like, in his world, right? Because it's only been a year since he left home. You know how many L's he's taken, right? How many leagues he's tried and been in within a year, and now he's finally won. I don't know how the fight went. I don't know if he won, like if it was a good match or not. I don't know all the details about it. But cool. I mean, like I said, I don't know. So I just say about time. Like, I'm happy. So now he could retire. He can go home. He can get out of here. You don't have to be in the next season of Pokemon. Like, Ash, you did it.
Yeah, they said they're going a different route with this one. But I'm just going to say, like, he won just like how he did in Orange. It's like Ash. He can only win. He only wins the ones that aren't super intense. Like the two most fire fights for him. One was Kalos, and the one with Infernape, which was Sinnoh. Those were the most hands down epic fights, and he should have either won one of those, and then that been it. But I'm just like, dog. They choose the soft kitty elites for him to win. I mean, the fight was still okay, but it's just like it didn't have the impact as like watching Infernape say F his old trainer and finally power up and like go ham, or watching Greninja in his synchronized form go at a X evolution Mega Evolve Charizard. Like, I mean, going at it. I'm like, dog, what is this? Why y'all do him like that?
I don't know.
Yeah,
but I think I say about time. Honestly, this is what I would say. What Pokemon? What I want from Pokemon now? Since Ash won one thing, they should do a time skip. Fucking skip this shit. 22 years now. Bring him to the right age, and there's a whole new generation of Pokemon trainers, a whole new character to follow. Ash is the guru. He's the professor somewhere doing whatever he's doing, and like start to show off like that. Like, oh, my name's Ash Ketchum, or have Ash even just be a goddamn either gym leader or a league leader or a part of the Elite Four or something, where the new kid wants to be able to beat Ash, and now his journey is to be like our journey. Like in first ones, we always wanted to beat Ash in the Elite Four or whatever the case was and everything.
I just want to see Ash and Red meet for the first time. That's it. Like, see them, because they different. We all know they're different.
Yeah. I mean, it depends on how you look at it, but I say they're different, but some people
hold on, you know what I would kill for? Scrap everything else you just said. Just show that man's daddy in the time skip. See, let his whole family stand. I want to see Ash's father. They better not be, oh, it's Mr. Mime. Like, no, it ain't. We know it ain't his damn daddy.
Who said Mr. Mime is his dad?
That's a joke. That's just a joke.
I know.
That's his father. Like, Mr. Mime's his father. I'm like, bro.
What did they ever say? What happened to his dad? Didn't he die?
No, his dad's on a quest to be a Pokemon master too. Like, his daddy literally left home to still be a trainer master. I'm like, bro, this man got a whole son. He got a whole son and just left.
But you gotta think though. You gotta think, like I just said, it's only been a year in his world. You know what I'm saying? Like in the world that for us it's been 22 fucking years. This man doing all this shit, but in his world, he just turned 11, right? Like he won on his 11th birthday or something like that.
I
Like
guess,
so,
but that doesn't explain how Brock and Misty kind of aged up. Like they actually aged up a little bit
they,
more than him.
I think that's just because they're older, so they hit puberty a little bit more earlier, right? Because Misty was like 12 or something when they met, and Brock was like
She
30.
looks 16 now, and Brock looked 25.
Yeah, man, they just hit puberty. Ash ain't hit the shit yet, man. At least I don't know. I really don't follow Pokemon like that, man. I stopped watching after goddamn.
I skim every once in a while.
It's a whole new world we live in.
We sang this last time. We ain't doing that again.
I know. Ash is apparently supposed to be in Sword and Shield. Oh shit!
But it's not gonna be focused on Ash. He may do cameos, but they confirmed he won't be the center of who's gonna be that's story.
Cool. I hope it's the older Ash. So now I'm thinking, you know what? I'm talking about the show, aren't you? You talking about the show?
Ass. I was like, what?
Talking about the show. I'm talking about the goddamn games. I thought he was about to be in the game, but whatever. Look, Ash, like I said, time skip Ash. They time skip in every anime. Pokemon shouldn't be exempt. Time skip Ash a couple of years. Have a new person in there. Have Ash mentor this new person, and call it a day. They can easily add because with Yu-Gi-Oh and Jaden, man. Like they did that with Jaden. Like Jaden was like, "Yo, I want to meet Yugi." Like Yugi, blah blah blah.
Yugi was grown, but they still wouldn't show his face. They still wouldn't let you see his face.
You wouldn't even see him. Like do some shit like that, man. Make it mysterious. Oh, he said no. The game. Oh, okay.
I don't want to see Ash in They pick up all times to put Ash in the game. Nobody want to see Ash no more. It's Red's in the games. We've seen Red, Green, and Blue all as adults in the game. Somebody want to see Ash.
Tak, what do you think about Ash winning, man?
To be honest with you, I really don't care.
I knew that was coming.
I really do not care. If this man didn't do it, like I said, if he didn't do it by the time the silver and gold season, whatever finished, and I'm like, you lost me.
You don't care, man. Yeah, I agree.
It's like, it's whatever. I mean, good for him, but 22 years, it's too long drawn out. Long drawn out.
CNN reported on this, man. This is goddamn news, Tak. Like shit. CNN reporting on Ash Ketchum winning a goddamn league after 22
everybody's like, after 22 years, the young upstart Ash Ketchum has finally won an Elite Four. I'm like, oh, what?
Like he's a real person, man. I wish.
Sit down. Yo, did you know the lady who does Tommy Pickles' voice was Ash's? That was Ash's voice person too. On the Rugrats? Yes. The first generation Ash who was throwing salt.
I was just about to say, I wish that Ash was still around.
The one who had them sidebar cover. He's like,
the original OG Ash came out here talking all this shit to Misty.
That boy was throwing salt every time she opened her mouth.
Ash is too, man. He's transformed in every season. He's a completely different person. He has an identity crisis, man.
That's because
if we're going off his time and the whole 12 months has gone by, he's changed his looks, his ways, everything he does. I don't want to believe it. They need to do something. They need to fix this timeline ASAP. I don't want to believe it's been 22 years and this man's only aged for 1 year.
Or that man better be in a comatic. You better be in a coma or something. I said comatic. I don't even know what the hell that is.
I don't even know what that is.
He better be in a form of coma and wake up and be his right age. Just God daydreaming.
He's been writing letters to like Ash is the dad, and he's writing letters to his son, right? Telling stories to his son. So that'd be right. That would be dope, right?
That would be a dope way.
Ash is actually the dad, and he's writing letters to the fucking. Oh, go ahead, Marz. I should be writing fucking shows and anime, man.
They would be canceled within one season.
Yo,
you gotta, Marz would run out of stuff to talk about after the first episode. He'd be like,
so you see this mobile game? Like, hold on, make this anime.
We play mobile games here, man. Shit. Damn, yo, that'd be a cool ass concept. But moving on real quick. Borderlands 3 came out. I know this is not a nice segue. It's just into one to the other, but whatever. F it. Yeah, Borderlands 3 came out just the other day, a couple days ago from the Times podcast was Aaron. And have any of you played it? I know Tez, you played it. Tech, you haven't played it yet, right?
No, I'm staying away from all content related to that game.
Is there a reason behind that?
I just don't want to be spoiled when I play it.
Okay.
Well, you played it on PC, right?
Huh?
You getting it on PC, right?
Yeah.
Please let me know when you do, because I got nobody else to play with but randoms.
I thought you just didn't like it. I was like, wait.
No, I love Borderlands. Is like one of my top 5 games of all time. I'm just not. I'm starting to stay away from all media, everything like that that's involved in that game, because I don't want to. When I get it, I don't want to be spoiled.
Yeah, you want to play it with fresh eyes and everything.
Exactly.
I understand. So I won't talk too much about it, but I will say you will enjoy it. Like this is. I'll leave it at that, because it is truly one of the things. If it's not broke, don't fix it. And it wasn't broke, and they didn't fix it. So that's all I'll say about it. We can move on from there. But yeah, definitely, if you're listening to this or watching this, definitely check out Borderlands 3. If you've never even played the Borderlands, this one. I mean, you don't really need to know the story too much, but gameplay-wise, this is one of the games that you can just play and get lost in time and stuff like that. So definitely check it out. We're not sponsored, but we should be.
No, yeah.
The 2K.
Gearbox, what's up, man?
Gearbox.
But yeah, we could. What do you want to do?
That you literally hit the last. That was actually the last topic on the podcast. Because we didn't have any other notes or any other.
That's right.
Drops of things. So we wanted to wrap it up here. We can always wrap it up because we still got
a
couple.
What do you mean? I didn't. Wait. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Unless there is another topic. I mean.
You didn't see the link I put about Mixer?
No, okay, well, hold on. Well, we got one more commercial break then, so then we can come back and touch on that, and then we can close out, because we got 2 minutes left. So, y'all, we'll be right back again. Just gonna run you another nice, lovely commercial, and y'all see us here in a bit. Hi. I'm not sure you're already doing so, but if not, feel free to join our Discord. The link is down below in the description. If the link is invalid, feel free to comment as well, and we'll be able to get you a valid link. But it's a great way to stay in touch with any of the folks you hear in these videos, as well as meet like-minded individuals as yourself. So we look forward to seeing you there and growing this community. Be blessed. Peace. Hi. I'm not sure you're already doing so, but if not, feel free to join our Discord. The link is down below in the description. If the link is invalid, feel free to comment as well, and we'll be able to get you a valid link. But it's a great way to stay in touch with any of the folks you hear in these videos, as well as meet like-minded individuals as yourself. So we look forward to seeing you there and growing this community. Be blessed. Peace. Hi. I'm not sure you're already doing so, but if not, feel free to join our Discord. The link is down below in the description. If the link is invalid, feel free to comment as well, and we'll be able to. And we are back, good people. So now, Tack, what's this about? A Mixer-related topic you were talking about? I didn't get a chance to take a look at it.
It is something that is very. It's not a little topic. It is something very big.
Yeah, this is.
And I've wanted to bring it to everybody's attention. That is a streamer potentially on Mixer. Mm-hmm. So essentially, So just to give you some backstory, how Twitch runs commercials, and if your partner, the commercial says this ad supports such and such, right? Mm-hmm. So Mixer is now getting into that space. However, they are potentially keeping the revenue from the ads, and it does not go to the streamer at all. So upon reading the article, Ninja also has ads running at the beginning of his streams, but they don't know for certain if he's getting any of the revenue for those ads that are running at this time. So every ad that Mixer is running, there's no confirmation that the revenue is being shared with those streamers that are partnered or things of that nature. So that's kind of a big thing. If you are an established streamer on Mixer, you might want to check it out, because you're not getting your cut essentially.
Mm-hmm. This is from reading. This is what I I mean, this is just a hypothetical, hypotenuse, just a theory that I came up with. I feel like they paid Ninja way too much money in his contracts or whatever they got going on, and they're trying to recoup with ads. So once they recoup at first, and they're saying that they're just testing it out with dropping ads and stuff, they get some of their money back, and then once they level out after paying Ninja and stuff, then I think they're gonna start paying.
You think they're gonna start revenue sharing?
Yeah, I think because I don't think Mixer is that stupid. Like honestly, I think there's something that we don't know that they're just trying to recoup their money or trying to do, or maybe they just might test it out and see if it's gonna actually work for their thing. But I'm almost positive because Mixer is for the people. Like honestly, they do things for their streamers and stuff. So I don't think they're that stupid. But I could be wrong. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it is still a corporation. Mixer is still a corporation, and they can be greedy. So they could. Woo, boy, man, Mixer will get set on fire so quick if it comes out that they really keeping the money and had no intentions of giving it to their streamers. Nah, yo, that would be such a slap in the face and such disrespect, in my opinion. But yeah, so I do think people need to be aware of it. And I do think people need to be talking about it so it can like show Mixer that, like, look, y'all better give us money. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all not gonna run these ads on my shit and then you not give me no money for it or whatever the case may be. But I also do say give it some time before we start kicking down doors and running.
Right. That's what I said. This is just something that's just recently happened. There's no indefinite information, but they have seen ads being run on streamers' channels like before you go into the stream or whatever. So we just don't know if it's being shared with the streamer at this time.
How so you've been over on Mixer streaming over there recently. How is the atmosphere over there now, since it's been like a month and a half or whatever since Ninja's been over there? Is it calmed down or is it still a little bit?
I think it's calmed down. I mean, it's still the same. Nothing's really changed for the most part.
Right.
Streaming on Mixer.
I've just dabbled. It wasn't like an all the time thing. It was like every other day. The categories that you would expect that are popular on Twitch are not the same that are on Mixer. I mean, yes, Fortnite is king over there, but games like World of Warcraft and things like that, I mean, they're in the top 10, but like on Twitch, you click on the category, you see World of Warcraft is like the number 1 and number 2 game right now.
Right.
It's not even like that on Mixer. So the games that are more popular on Mixer are games like Paladins, Fortnite, Smite, Gears of War,
Microsoft.
Call of Duty.
Mobile games, I noticed thrive on Mixer. That'd be Marz's. That'd be your haven because they love mobile games over there, boy.
They love mobile games everywhere, man.
Not
everywhere.
Not as far as a streaming aspect. I do see
on
some
Twitch,
people.
Twitch, they got. It's just what it is on mobile games. It's just a cult following, right?
True.
Like, like a major game comes out, like Fist of the North Star. If I start streaming that, I'm gonna get all the people who are playing that game to watch my streams. And then once I switch over to I guess once I switch over to another mobile game, so like, all right, either these same people are gonna switch to that mobile game and stay following me and watching me. But yeah, I think mobile games are just a cult following, to be honest. But like, I would love to like talk about mobile games and all the different things and stuff. I should do it, but
why don't you?
I don't know, man. I tried it.
I mean, what you need.
No, I have, but I haven't. Like, it's like I half-assed it. We'll say that.
There we go.
Like,
so you didn't really do it then.
So yeah, like a lot of games that are in the top 10 are mostly like shooters and things that are like on Game Pass for the most part.
PUBG Mobile still at the top.
PlayerUnknown's Battleground, not mobile. I mean, I'm sure there's some mobile players in there in that category.
Speaking of Game Pass, 2 games come out tomorrow. Bloodstained Ritual comes out on Game Pass tomorrow, and
Unprepared swine.
And
This man.
Jump Force.
See, I will actually play Jump Force at this point now. I never had intentions of buying it, but because it's gonna be on the pass,
So you bringing back to the original, the beginning of the thing, yo.
Bruh.
Like Game Pass. All right, so for $15, I got a game that came out a month ago.
That's still pretty free updates.
I'm talking about Bloodstained Ritual. That game came out like a month ago. I wanted to play it, but I didn't want to pay for it.
Yeah.
$15, I got it. And now I got a brand new and Jump Force. Now I'm gonna play that. I didn't want to pay for it, but now
I had no intentions of paying for that game either. The first time I saw it, I was like, nah, this ain't it, Chief. But now it's gonna be free. I'm gonna definitely play it.
So I'm looking forward. So digital gaming, and they have their perks, man. Like, so for instance, I'll go back to the money part too. Like, I know we're about to end real quick, but like I paid for instance, right, for the Switch, Astro Chain, Daemon X Machina, Link's Awakening, Little Town Hero, Pokemon. That's 5 games, right? I'm pretty sure there's other ones. 5 games. That's over $200 right there. Now, if they had a subscription service, I would have paid $15 a month. I would pay less a year for these 5 games that I can just get for the subscription. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's $200, and I'm paying less a year for 12 months for all these games anyway. Man, I don't know what people be talking about. Subscription services are... They don't know what they be talking about, man. I'm for it. I'm here for it all. I'll buy all
booty games that they putting up, like
right. No, and that's what it was in the beginning, right? Like when I remember Xbox Game Pass first came out, I was like, I ain't playing none of these goddamn 360 games. I ain't playing none of these trash ass games they putting on here. But now we get hit with the heavy duty AAA titles, brand new game. Gears of War is fucking free. Like a AAA game is free. You're like, what you? Yeah, man. You just
I can deal, but see, it has to be something worthwhile because they can't do that with every game that come out. Like,
no.
Hit you with this. It's got to be something they know has an occult following.
Right. It's mainly for the exclusives, right? You know, the Gears, the Halos for Xbox, and whatever exclusive Sony got going on right now. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's mainly for those. So generally, you're not going to get like the non-exclusive ones for. I mean, well, Bloodstained Ritual just came out, and Jump Force is coming on Game Pass for free, and those are non-exclusive. I don't know, man. It's a weird lane that this gaming world is in right now. But yeah, I think we should, call it here. Wrap it up. That's a wrap, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. We're about to do our closing remarks. If there are any, I'll start off. My name is Marz. You can find me over at The Marz Show on YouTube, on Twitter, and on Instagram. I talk about Nintendo games over there on my channel, and I also post channels on the NGA channel where you're watching this if you are watching it live. And you can listen to us on all streaming services that support podcasts and things like that. You should check out our website, of course, at nevergamealone.net, where we have the latest and greatest news. The latest news on games, books, anime. What else we got on there? Movie reviews, TV show reviews,
food coming soon.
Anything and everything on that website. Go ahead and check us out. Subscribe to it. It really helps us out a lot. And like Ted said earlier, you heard this little commercial. Join our Discord and all that stuff. I hope I hit all the notes and points and stuff. If I missed anything, I'm pretty sure Tez and Tech will cover everything else. So yeah, that's it for me.
Go ahead, Tez.
It's Tez. You can catch me over on twitch.tv/TezmoGizmo, my YouTube page /Anime Trap House. I do anime manga reviews, getting back into the swing of things. Also, you can always subscribe to our YouTube page and watch and or hear us on other related topics or subjects that we may be doing. Thank everybody that showed up. Thank anybody in the comments. Maverick, Andre, CK, our normal people. Anyone else may be listening to this later, feel free to look us up. Never Game Alone. Just type it in on Google. You may find other pretenders, but you will only find us. And that's it for me.
Yeah.
Cut the check, boys. That's it.
Find me on Mixer, Twitter, Twitch, Tac TV. Name change, shocker. Yes. But appreciate everybody stopping by. I'll try to be regular, but I got things going on in the background I'm trying to work on. So forgive me if I'm not here. But these two gentlemen will do an excellent job in the event I'm not here because, you know, I am the carry. But other than that, you guys have a good night and we'll see you next week.
Cut his mic. Cut his mic.
All right, y'all, man. It's been good. Y'all be blessed. Peace.
Later.
Peace.